Chinese President Xi Jinping claiming his reign over China's Communist Party as he secures an unprecedented third term. Xi taking the helm by having his predecessor dramatically hauled out and filling his inner circle with allies loyal to the Communist Party. Here with what this means for the U.S., Asia expert and author of The Coming Collapse of China, Gordon Chang. So, Gordon, explain to us what we saw in this. It was so disturbing. It looked like a gangster movie.
Well, yesterday at the closing ceremony of the Communist Party's 20th National Congress, Hu Jintao, who was Xi Jinping's immediate predecessor, was forcibly removed from the ceremony in front of everyone. This was in a deliberate attempt to humiliate and to show Xi is in control, complete control. And that's a chilling message because Xi Jinping wants to do things that are dangerous, are murderous, malicious. The world has got to be extremely concerned about the direction China's going in because the new Politburo Standing Committee, Rachel, is completely packed with Xi's allies. There is nobody who is of different view than Xi Jinping.
Yeah, it was so eerie seeing him try to reach out to people. Like, you see what's happening to me? And like everyone's afraid and they don't say anything. Do we know what happened to him?
No, we don't now. Now, Xinhua News Agency, which is official, said that he had a health emergency. But if you look at the video, there is nothing there to confirm that. Matter of fact, one of the people who helped, quote unquote, Hu Jintao out was actually one of Xi Jinping's guards. So really what we're talking about is something that was staged, that had planned, and took virtually everybody by surprise. So this is a Xi Jinping who can take the United States by surprise. And we have a political establishment right now in Washington and in the Pentagon that really, up to at least a week ago, had no sense of urgency. Fortunately, our chief of naval operations, the top U.S. Navy officer, last week just talked about how we need to get ready for a war this year.
Yeah, that is scary stuff. And we have a president who's potentially compromised by this Chinese government. Also scary. What's the message for, first of all, this was censored on Chinese internet. Do you believe that censorship, held, that the Chinese people don't know that this happened? And what is the message that this is sending to the Chinese, or what's your message to the Chinese people?
Well, first of all, this was censored. Hu Jintao's name has been scrubbed, not completely, but it has been scrubbed from social media. People in China, of course, know about it. And in fact, when you take away information, you really help propagate rumors. The message to the Chinese people, the message to foreigners is now's the excellent time to leave China. We got to remember Xi Jinping, by spreading COVID-19, by backing the fentanyl gangs, is killing Americans in America. So imagine what he'll do to Americans in China. This is one of the world's most dangerous figures, Rachel, and people have got to be concerned. They need to get as far away as possible and get ready for the dangerous storm, which is the word Xi Jinping used at the opening ceremony. We have to worry about the dangerous storm that is coming. The dangerous storm that is coming. And we have an election just around the corner, and hopefully this will also reach the ears of the voters, and we put people in office who will take the threat of communist China as seriously as you do, Gordon Chang. We appreciate you coming on and giving us the information and the warning about the storm that is brewing. Thank you, Gordon Chang. Always great hearing from you.
I'm Steve Doocy. I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.